On all fours like a goat, it's time for this fortress to be smoked. Hello, salutations and welcome friends to Let's Play Earth Defense Force 2017. The old Earth Defense Force has had more than a few run-ins with the quadruped fortress, but it's time for us to finally take it down in Mission 34 Breach. Let's do that right now, this very second.
The damage caused by their plasma cannons is enormous. Tokyo has already taken catastrophic amounts of damage. We have to destroy that four-legged fortress here and now. We're being sniped by their mobile weapons plasma cannons. There's only one way. We have to get close to the fortress on the ground and attack it from its feet. The area around its feet is a blind spot for the plasma cannons. Take out its legs from underneath.
The storm team will approach it from the front and keep it moving forward. During that time, the ranger teams will approach the base of the fortress and fire at it from below with Goliath launchers.
The storm team will move to the front of the fortress and initiate an attack.
Is it mirrored as this not quite seem climactic enough?
This is Ranger 8.
Let's try something a little different.
Select a difficult
Inferno mode, yeah! Let's do this thing. Let's spice things up with some high difficulty shenanigans.
The Ranger team will then storm in from the enemy's flank. This is Ranger 8. We are now approaching the fortress. Storm team, the Ranger team is about to move in. Initiate your attack and distract the enemy. Oh man, the fortress is deploying those giant bugs. This is Ranger 42. We've arrived at the base of this monster. There's just too much gunfire. HQ, we're under heavy gunfire from the cannons underneath the fortress. It's too dangerous to stay in this area. This mission's a total disaster. Storm 1's done it. They've damaged the fortress.
So yes, this is Inferno mode. We're on a different save file here, as you can tell by my immense amount of health and the presence of the Lysander Z. Or Z if you're not American, you weirdo.
Storm 1, do you copy? Destroy the cannons on the underside of the fortress. Move it.
Along with the best sniper rifle in the game, I've also brought along the best set of turrets in the game, the Zexers. Essentially, we want to focus as little as possible on the ants that are coming out of the fortress, so that we can deal damage directly to it. The Lysander is not a fantastic weapon against hordes of ants, even though it does one-shot any ant it happens to touch. The turrets are very much our crowd control for this level. I have cheated a small amount here in that both the Lysander Z and the Zexer turrets are weapons that only start appearing once you get to around level 43, I want to say, of the Inferno mode. So I have skipped ahead in the weapon progression a little bit. I think that is a perfectly fine thing to do, because this level is disproportionately difficult compared to its surrounding levels. The constant swarm of ants from the fortress is a very bad thing indeed. If it wasn't for these Zexers, they would completely shred me.
HQ! We've got several injured! We need backup! This is HQ. Enemies are being released from the hatch on the four-legged fortress. It's a worst-case scenario, but it might also mean we have a chance. Focus your attacks on the hatch when it opens. HQ, do you copy? The Ranger teams are on the verge of destruction!
We've done just about enough damage to the fortress to make its second phase start. Our ants problems are over, but new problems have arisen.
We have to destroy the four-legged fortress now, whatever the cost.
Now we must contend with the walking fortress's 5 laser nipples.
This is Ranger 4. We've arrived and are going into combat.
We also have a set of Hectors coming out of the fortress now. Thankfully, this is not an infinite stream of Hectors. Once it's done spawning Hectors, it will actually start spawning drones instead, which is another sort of problem, but a less bad sort of problem, to be honest. While they're harder to kill than ants, the drones will do a significantly less damage, even though they will do pretty much unavoidable damage as they swarm around you from all directions in an unavoidable fashion. This is where the Zexers are going to show their usefulness. We definitely want to take out the laser nipples before we get too close though. Those things definitely sap your health in a major way. A major unavoidable way. The Lysander and Zexer combo is a very powerful endgame combo of weapons. Some of the hardest levels in the game, including this one, are made possible by use of these two particular weapons in tandem. The long-range hole-making of the Lysander mixes very well with the short-range defense of the Zexer gun. It is a good synergy, and it will serve us well here. Dealing with the Zexer's prohibitively long reload time is a bit of a trial though. We must plan our moves carefully.
HQ, use the same strategy as when you took down the enemy spacecraft. Attack when the hatch opens.
It's a little weird that the opening cinematic to this level informs you that you have to attack the legs of the fortress, where in fact you simply have to attack the hatch, as you would a carrier. A translation issue, perhaps. Here indeed come the drones. We're going to want to grab ourselves some health tubs while we take out the last of the laser nipples. Now that our EDF fellows have gone and the laser nipples are targeting us directly, this is a problem. There are still some EDF guys on the field, but they have just spawned in and they are far away. Luckily, this nipple is trying to kill us through the body of the beast itself, so let's take a couple of pot shots at the hole while we're at it. Even though the EDF soldiers are fairly delicate, let's say, in this difficulty mode, knowing the positions that they spawn in on is very essential to success on certain missions in this highest difficulty mode. Essentially using them as a distraction from the main force of the enemies while you sneak around and take out a carrier or a hole or something. Very useful. Good old EDF soldiers. Our human bullet sponges. Long may they keep us from dying. The fortress has succumbed to peer pressure and begun to smoke. A sign of delinquency and of imminent death. Well, you want to hit the red area to cause damage to the fortress. It's actually a little more forgiving than you might think. We may see soon. The glow around the red area actually is part of the damageable surface. Which means even though it looks like you're aiming at the metal, sometimes you can still score a direct hit on the very heart of the beast. The beast itself has no hope of survival at this point. We have bested its defences, we have destroyed its hectors, we have killed its ants. Its drones remain, but they pose little to no threat to us at this late stage. Our fight is almost over. I can't help but feel a little melancholy. Through all our encounters, this terrifying beast, it has been a constant source of problems. This metal fortress, this scourge of cities, this destroyer of Tokyo, stands neutered before us. There's no hope left. Its death is imminent. It stands still as if it knows. It knows that Storm 1 is here, and Storm 1's not taking any of its rubbish anymore. Goodbye, fortress.
We did it! The fortress is coming down! We won, but we sure as hell paid for it. We lost nearly half our forces.
A hollow victory. But a victory nonetheless. Here's an interesting little thing from another playthrough of this level. Here I am, surviving on exactly 0 health. Turns out you don't die when you hit 0, you die when you go below 0. Who knew? Thank you for joining me on today's very special episode of Let's Play Earth Defense Force 2017. I hope you'll join me again for part 17. Yeah! See you then.